The seeds that were planted in your past will be eventually what shows up in your future. And what I mean by that is rebound relationship videos. This channel was actually started talking a lot about rebound relationships, attachment styles. And lately, I've had a lot of those individuals come back from those old videos and demand new content. So in today's video, we're going to revisit another video of mine. Does my ex love the rebound? And I'm going to give you 10 facts about the rebound relationship. What's going on, my beautiful people? This is Certified Life and Relationship Coach, Coach Court. I want you guys to do me a favor. If you're finding value in this YouTube channel, please do me a favor. And that favor that you can do for me is to subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, I'm done begging. On to the content. Here's the first fact about your ex's rebound relationship. It's impossible to love someone right away because, in my opinion, love takes time to grow. And there are scenarios where that may not be the case, and we're going to get to those. But the quote that I like to use is, love takes time like wine. It takes time. It needs to age. It needs to mature. You need to see this person in a bunch of different arenas and a bunch of different lights before you can believe if you truly love them. Now, there'll be people who disagree with me, and that's totally fine. I may not know everything, but the one thing that I do know is the definition of what love is. You know what the biblical version of love is? Love is kind, love is patient, it does not boast, etc., etc. But for me, I think that love is a conclusion. And what that means is this person has done this. I feel this way around this person. I've never felt that way. There are certain needs that this person is meeting of mine. So by the law of deduction, I think I actually love this person. It's a combination of a bunch of different feelings, experiences, and true compatibility before you can arrive to that conclusion. So the individuals that just walk around throwing out the love words all willy-nilly, I think that is a form of manipulation, because those feelings that you feel for them are usually fleeting and not the actual conclusion of a bunch of different feelings and experiences. Number two is, when your ex claimed that they do love the new person, then there must have been some form of overlapping happening here. There must have been a form of cheating. I mean, they may have already been having an emotional affair or a physical affair. They could have been someone that they've always known, a person that always had a crush on them, someone that they were giving relationship advice to or taking relationship advice. Could be your cousin's best friend. And usually it's always someone that's within that circle. They are very rarely a stranger. I'm just going to put that out there. I bet you guys are used to the scenario where someone's saying, oh, I met them 2 weeks after. I wasn't even expecting for them to pop up into my life. I never even expected to be dating anyone after you. And then you had this little voice in the back of your head saying, wait, if this was happening at this time and they are posting on social media at this time, a week after they broke it off with me, then how are they claiming to be so in love so quickly? Listen to your intuition on this one. Something was up. And the third fact is, if that is the case with this person that you was in a relationship with, then it will be very difficult to actually trust someone like that even moving forward. Or what I get a lot is people are often questioning if what they had with that person was even real. When they were telling you a bunch of these different feelings and emotions, when you felt like you were, so unique and such an individual, you were actually the person that was the champion out of all the people that they've ever dated. And then you see that they're bragging to their friends or posting online that this next person is actually a little bit better than you. It makes it very hard to trust the experience that you actually had with that person. The fourth fact about this relationship is, most likely, this has been a pattern of theirs. They've jumped from person to person, relationship to relationship. And you may have even heard that. You may have even been told that by the person. I just tend to move on from people. I do grieve, but at the end of the day, it's my life. I'm just going to move on. Or you may have even taken this person from someone else. And that is the biggest red flag for me. If you were successfully able to poach someone from someone else, you should never have been able to trust that person completely anyway. I mean, unless that relationship was irreconcilable and they had broken that completely off. There were no feelings or emotions. I see that a lot when people are separated and trying to work on a divorce and they haven't lived with each other in 2-3 years. And yeah, that's a whole different scenario. But if this is someone whose ex started to spiral after the breakup and they started to maybe even stalk you and say, hey, this is my person, they probably had led that other person on and pulled the rug from them and jumped into a relationship with you. Which leads us to number 5, which is, this was inevitable. They are someone who have a hard time being content in relationships, which means no matter what you've done, no matter how much you took them on lavish vacations, you've done everything for them, you've shown up for them in ways that they ex never showed up for them, this was still going to be the end result. There's a saying that goes, how you get them is how you'll lose them. If you got them when they were with someone else, you lose them to someone else. Number 6, and this is the one where I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They were probably vulnerable. But then again, you should be asking yourself, do I want to be with someone who is that vulnerable, or who has that frame of mind where they can't stick things out and push through the power struggle stage of this relationship? That takes me back to the previous one. It'll be hard to trust someone who has that frame of mind. And number 7, I had to put this one in here. They may have an insecure attachment style. And if you guys have been on this channel for long enough, you'll understand that, attachment styles are a real thing. You have 4 primary attachment styles. Dismissive avoidant, which is more of that independent, autonomous type of style. Anxious attachment, which is someone who is very anxious within relationships. They have big abandonment wounds, and you often see them in more codependent type dynamics. You have the secure attacher, which is the attachment style that everyone strives to have. Then you have the disorganized attachment style, which is someone who has a combination of the anxious attachment and a dismissive avoidance. More about those attachment styles are all over my channel. Number 8 is the one that is going to be very grim to a lot of you guys that are looking for encouragement, a little bit of a boost, a little bit of positivity, a little bit of hope, which is rebounds have been working out more and more over the years. Or they have the illusion of working out. They'll have the kid, they'll get engaged, they'll even get married, they'll move in together. All of those things that you were just wishing that your relationship could have climaxed at. But what defines a successful relationship? What defines working out? Is it till death do us part? I want you guys to comment in the comment section, because I'm really curious about this one. What do you consider a successful relationship? Some people consider it 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Shoot, some people may see a successful relationship being longer than 6 months or a year. I'm curious to know what you guys consider a successful relationship. Number 9 is the individuals who usually do this have some type of pre-existing condition. They may live with some type of cluster B personality traits, which is your narcissist, your bipolar, your antisocial personality disorder, histrionic, borderline personality disorder. They may have always been in unhealthy, maybe even tumultuous, volatile relationships in the past, and they may have been mainly the cause. And what that looks like is anger issues, impulsiveness, chronic cheating. So that's what I mean by having some type of pre-existing issue that you probably already knew about. They've already told you about it. They may even be taking current medication for. And I'm not trying to demonize anyone that struggles with those issues, but based on my experience, they tend to be the ones who really struggle to be content with their current partner. The fact number 10 is this was for the best. You dodged a bullet. The rebound actually helped you sooner than later. I mean, if you guys are someone who has only been with that person for a couple years, I'm sorry for the people who've been with that person for 20 years and they rebound to someone else, because then you're most likely devastated. I'm a firm believer that anything that happens to you in life is meant to either help you grow or to help you become the best version of yourself. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share. You can reach out to me on my other social media accounts. Instagram is IamCoachCourt. TikTok is I.am.CoachCourt. Facebook is Coach Court. And right here on YouTube is Coach Court. Thank you guys. And always remember, when you go be loved, you'll never have to find it.